Oh, tips for low back pain, I've got you. Did you know that one of the most common things that contributes to chronic low back pain is actually tight hamstrings? The number one culprit for low back pain is a weak core, but usually a weak core also comes along with tight hamstrings. It's kind of a package deal. And if you look, the hamstrings connect at the pelvis, and so when the hamstrings are tight, they pull the pelvis back and up toward the ceiling into an anterior tilt, which causes low back pain. And I know you may be thinking, well, I'm hypermobile, I'm super flexible in my hamstrings. I bet you're not, though. I mean, maybe you are, but let me challenge the perception of flexibility in the hamstrings, and I'm going to embarrass myself to do it. If you haven't seen the last few videos where I have talked about proprioception cues for things like engaging the shoulders and tilting back when you bend over, please go check that out quickly. Okay, this is embarrassing. So you can literally see my hamstrings stretching there as I tilt my pelvis toward the ceiling. There, I've released it, tilt it toward the ceiling. So here's a side view with a rounded back. We're not as engaged. Flatten the back and tilt the pelvis, and the hamstrings stretch more. And stretch. Release. So this is why just because we can bend over and touch the floor, it doesn't necessarily mean we have flexible hamstrings, because if we're actually bending at our backs instead of the other way, where we're flexible is in our back, not in our hamstring. Aside from low back pain, that's also actually going to cause upper back pain. And that's why I'm constantly strengthening my mid back to counter that stretching from my hunching. All right, I think that's enough body mechanics connections for right now. Check this playlist for proprioception tips and other things related to this movement. And I've also attached a video from a series I did that's just hamstring work. So if you wanted to work on your hamstrings, you got options, and they are hypermobile inclusive.